From the very start of the first practice sessions, the San Marino Grand Prix saw an unusual amount of spins and accidents. Incident upon incident occur at a fairly remarkable pace. Hakkinen blowing up, then Hill off. Mark Blundell in trouble as well, ripping the front wing off. And Heinz-Harald Frentzen, not to be outdone, going off into the gravel as well. Eric Comas, another of the drivers to get caught out on the Italian circuit, as was Martin Brundle. Lucky not to hit the wall any harder in this accident. David Brabham joining in on the activities as well, but for the Jordan team, for De Cesaris losing a wheel, it was to go even worse for Rubens Barrichello. This is the first incident, major incident, in a weekend of horror that is about to begin. Barrichello going off at the Variante Bassa. Thankfully, the car being restrained by the catch fencing on the outside from going into the crowd, but fears were high for Barrichello's safety after such a huge accident. Everyone wondered what sort of state he would be in, but the very next day he was back in the paddock with simply a plaster cast and a scratch on his nose. The following day in qualifying, however, Roland Ratzenberger was not to be so lucky. Sheer tragedy striking in that second qualifying session on Saturday, and the 33-year-old Austrian killed in a huge accident in the Simtech. It's a huge blow for the fledgling Simtech team, and an accident that sent shockwaves through Formula One and the outside world.
I had 5 very good years in Japan, and I'm very happy to be in Formula One. So if you have an opportunity in Formula One, you take it, whatever you're doing at the time, you know. And it is the top, and you got to do it at some stage in your career. I think that's what everybody is aiming for, and so I'm very happy to do it now.
At 2 p.m. local time, as ever, the green light signals the start of the race, but not for JJ Leto. His stall Benetton is hit by a fast-moving Pedro Lamy from the back of the grid, and a wheel torn off in the impact lands in a spectator enclosure. It is to be the first incident on a day that will be recorded as one of the blackest in the sport's history. The restarted race would see the tragic accident that claimed the life of Ayrton Senna, and as everyone began to hear the awful news filtering through, more dramas in the pits caused by a wheel coming off Michele Alboretto's car saw several Ferrari and Lotus mechanics get hurt. Schumacher came through to record an empty third win of 1994. Hill suffering wing damage on contact with the German in the first part of the race, but fighting back to 6th position after a stop for a new nose cone. Berger had led for a while, but his heart simply wasn't in it after the incidents of the day. Nicola Larini and Mika Hakkinen joined the German on a very downcast podium.